Thank you, Mataji. So the son of Devaki, the personality of Sri Krishna, cannot be satisfied by anyone studying Vedas, charity, sacrifice, pilgrimage, or as much as satisfied as much as he is satisfied by the devotional recitation of the Gita. Okay, so we take the blessings of Radha Krishna, a sweet deity, and ask for their blessings that we can read the Bhagavad Gita nicely. Who has not muted, please mute. Someone has not muted. Okay. Manu, can you mute? Okay, thank you. Okay, can you all hear properly now? Is it clear? You all can hear, huh? Okay. So we take the blessings of Radha and Krishna so that we can become a nice devotee of them and also get the blessings of them.
Cannot hear.
Cannot. Okay. How about now?
Line is lagging.
Okay, now can you hear? Haribol, can you hear?
No good. We are not hearing you.
Okay, how about now? Are you hearing?
Yeah, now it's better, but video is blur.
What is blur?
Your video is blur, but we can hear you clearly.
Oh, really? Okay, is it better now?
Yeah, it's better now.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you.
Okay, we start again because this is 7:30 is the Azan time. So all the Muslims are also putting on their Wi-Fi to get the Azan. That is the problem. Okay. Okay, let's share the screen. Okay. So we get the blessings of Radha and Krishna so that we can become a devotional people and also we get the mercy of them. So all of us can pray together. Om Agyana Timirandasya Jnana Jana Shalakaya Chakshur Unmilitam Yenam Tasmai Sri Guruve Namaha. Namo Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namine. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvasesa Sunyavadi Pastata Desatarine. Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Srivasari Gaur Bhaktavinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So we also recite Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevayam. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevayam. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevayam. today, this one we get the blessings of His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. This is Acharya. Today's Gita Mahatma. Who would like to read this? If you are not sure of the Sanskrit, I can read and you follow.
Yeah, Guruji, I'll give it a try.
Okay, you need me to read first or?
Yes, please. Sanskrit one.
Okay. Bharatamrita sarvasam
Varata Mrita Sarvasam
Vishnu Vraktad Vinishritam
Vishnu Vaktrat Vinisritam
Gita Gangodakam Pitva
Gita Gangodakam Pitva
Puna Janmana Vidyate.
Punarjanmana Vidyate.
Good.
By drinking the Ganges waters of the Gita, the divine quintessence of the Mahabharata emanating from the holy lotus mouth of Lord Vishnu, one will never take rebirth in the material world again. In other words, by devotionally reciting the Gita, the cycle of birth and death is terminated.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So, the main point of the Gita is to terminate your cycle of birth and death. But if you still want to come back to this material world, the Gita is also there to help you at least come to the mode of goodness. What to do in the mode of goodness? Maybe you don't want to go back spiritual world. You say the world, I still want to come back here. I still want to enjoy and suffer. It's okay. Krishna says fine. So at least I'm giving you some advice on how to actually have a peace of mind on this earth also. You understand? Huh? So, but actually the main aim of human life is to get out from the cycle of birth and death. Okay. Next. This is Karma Yoga Action in Krishna Consciousness. Chapter 2. What was it? Who would like to tell me? Chapter 2, what was it?
Karma and akarma, was it?
Yeah, chapter 2 was how to work without attachment, right? Okay, then chapter 3, what was chapter 3? Chapter 2 was actually, summary of the Gita. How about the soul? How about in general everything? Why Arjuna is not in the right frame of mind and how to be in the right frame of mind. Then chapter 3, Krishna says to do karma yoga, do action without wanting the thinking of the results. Then higher than that, yesterday was transcendental knowledge. So you do karma yoga and then you get transcendental knowledge. Now again, we are coming to karma yoga, but this is a higher form of karma yoga. What is a higher form is action in Krishna conscious. So there are two types of karma yoga. One is you do your action without looking at the result. Now this one is you do action according to how Krishna wants you to do. Okay, so let's proceed. Okay, who would like to do this? 5.1.
I can do.
Okay.
Okay. Arjuna Uvacha Sanyasam Karmanam Krishna Punar Yogam Cha Samsani Samsasi Yak Chriya itayor ikam tanme bruhi su nischitam. Arjuna said, "O Krishna, first of all, you ask me to renounce work. Then again, you recommend work with devotion. Now, will you kindly tell me definitely which of these two is more beneficial?"
Thank you. So Arjuna is asking which is better, to do work with a renounced way, or to do uh, to do work as per the desire of Krishna. So which is better? He says, then you recommend work with devotion. Devotion means as a service to Krishna. And Krishna is answering. Who would like to do this? Krishna Kumari, you want to try? Krishna Kumari,
Sorry. Hello. Can you hear me?
you are Ken. You want to do this?
Can hear, right?
Yes, I can hear.
Can hear, right?
Yes. Can you hear?
Sri Bhagavan.
Uvacha.
Hello.
Yeah. Sri Bhagavan Uvacha.
Sri Bhagavan Uvacha Sanyasa Karma Yoga Cha Nishresa Karavu Bhav Tayostu Karma Sanyasat Karma Yogo Visisyate. The personality of the Godhead replied, the renunciation of a work and the work in a devotion are both good for liberation, but of the two, work in a devotional service is better than renunciation of a work.
Thank you.
Renunciation of work.
So Krishna is saying there are two types. Renunciation of work and work in devotion are both good. Both you can get liberation. So what does Krishna mean by that? Okay, let's see. Before we do this, one minute. Okay. Who would like to read this 5.6?
Okay, sir, I will read, but can you guide me?
Yeah, can.
Okay, sir.
Shall I start?
Yes, sir.
Sanyasastu mahabaho
Sanyasa to mahabaho
dukkam aptun ayogataha
dukham abdom ayogataha
yoga yukto munir brahma
yoga yukto munir brahma
na chirana gichati.
na chirana hitchati. Merely renouncing all activities, yet not engaging in devotional service of the Lord cannot make one happy. But a thoughtful person engaged in devotional service can achieve the supreme without delay. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. So here you have a person who is a yogi. He is just sitting down and he is renouncing all activities. And he's not even engaging in any devotional service. He just don't want to do anything much. He feels that the less he do, the less karma he gets. So he tries to do this without any action. On the other hand, you have this king. This is the king of Orissa. You know, in Orissa, we have the Jagannath. There's a Jagannath temple. It's a very, very famous temple. Once a year, they bring the Lord Jagannath, Baladev, and Subhadra and bring him out on the chariot. And he bring from one temple to the other. And then after a few days, bring the Lord back. So when the Lord is already seated on the chariot, the king of Orissa comes and sweeps the floor in front of the chariot uh, to clean the place so that Jagannath, when he moves, the place is clean. So this is actually service to the Lord. He's cleaning to please the Lord. This person is just sitting down and not doing any work so that he don't get karma. This person is trying to reach the spiritual world on his own. This person, the king, is trying to reach the spiritual world with the help of Krishna. By pleasing Krishna, doing service for Krishna, and Krishna will be happy and Krishna will help him. Okay, 1 minute. Let me check whether we need to have any verses. 5:10. Okay, who would like to read from the Bhagavad Gita 5:7 and 5:8? Who has Bhagavad Gita? Just the English.
I read
Yes, please.
1 5 7.
5:7 and
One
5.
who works in 5 8 to 9.
Yes, all three.
One who works in devotion, who is a pure soul, and who controls his mind and senses is dear to everyone, and everyone is dear to him. Though always working, such a man is never entangled. 5 8 and 9.
Yes.
A person in the divine consciousness, although engaged in seeing, hearing, touching, smelling, eating, moving about, sleeping, and breathing, always knows within himself that he actually does nothing at all. Because while speaking, evacuating, receiving, or opening or closing his eyes, he always knows that only the material senses are engaged with their objects and that he is aloof from them.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So, who would like to read 5:10? Then I explain to you all of them.
Jay, I will try, Jay.
You have read just now, right?
No, I'm Banu. I want to try.
Yeah, please.
Okay. Brahmani Aditya Kamani Sangam. Can you get me on this one?
Sangam Twaktwa
Sangam Twadwa
Karotiya
Karotiya
Lepyate Na Sa Papena
Ipyate Nasa Pramana
Papena
Patma Patena
Padma Patra
Patma Patma Patam
Ivam Basha.
Ivam Basha. Okay, one who perform his duty without attachment surrounding the result unto the Supreme Lord is unaffected by the sinful action as the lotus leaf in the untouched by water.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So what is Krishna says? He says that one who works in devotion is a pure soul who controls, and his mind and senses are dear to everyone. A person who is very pleasant is of course dear to everyone. And although he is working, he doesn't get too much agitated, and it means that he has controlled his senses. So a person who is in divine consciousness, although engaged in seeing, hearing, smelling, etc., etc., because while speaking and doing all the things, he knows that actually he is in this material world, he is doing as per what his body needs to do. And he knows that actually he is a spirit soul, and the body is acting under the instruction of the mind and is acting. He is like an actor. So then here Krishna says one who performs his duty without attachment. You do your duty without thinking of the results, and you surrender your results to me. Then you get unaffected by sinful action. As the lotus leaf is untouched by water. The lotus leaf is on the water, but it's never affected, right? If you put other leaves in the water, they spoil. You try taking some leaves and putting them in the water, it starts rotting. But a lotus leaf is always in the water and it never rots, right? So it's a transcendental. Why? Although he's in the water, but he doesn't rot, he's above. So he has surrendered the results. Oh Lord, I am doing this, and I am doing this because as a duty, and I do it as an offering to you. So you pray to Lord and do your work. So in this way, you surrender your actions to the Lord. You don't get any karma. You are doing a karma action because you are always uh, thinking of the Lord. Okay, who would like to do this? Who hasn't done yet?
Okay, let me try.
Okay.
Maya. Yukta karma phalam tyaktva santim apnodi naishtikim ayukta kama karena pale sakto niba nibadayade. The steadily devoted soul attains unadulterated peace because he offers the result of all activities to me. Whereas a person who's not in union with the divine, who's greedy for the fruits of his labor, becomes entangled.
Yeah. So how to do actions and be detached from the results of the fruits of not doing the action. If one is not detached and then he does something and he will get angry, and he will get lusty also, because he wants something so bad, he will do something which is not proper. So if you have lust and anger, this is detrimental for spiritual progress. And Krishna is saying that renunciation does not mean a yogi in a mountain and not doing any work, but working and doing one duty as laid out by Krishna. So this is you are doing a duty as laid out by Krishna. So that is how you are actually becoming a devoted soul. You will get peace because you are offering all activities to me. When you are doing work as laid out by Krishna, it means you are offering all activities to me. Whereas a person not in union with the divine is greedy. Greed, anger, and lust. These are the three gateways to hell. So he becomes entangled in the material world, and the Maya Devi is now controlling him. Controlling him. Instead of you are being detached from Maya Devi is now holding you and you got, and she is now making you into a puppet. So that then you cannot get peace, you cannot get happiness this way. So before we do this 518, Krishna is speaking how to be unattached and peaceful in 513 to 515. So who has the Bhagavad Gita can read 515 to 518. Sorry, 513 to 515. Can you read 513 to 515?
Okay, I have the Gita, I'll read it.
Yeah.
The devotees of the Lord are released from all kinds of sins because they eat food which is offered first for sacrifice. Others who prepare food for personal sense enjoyment finally eat only sin. Okay.
513.
Oops, sorry, I'm reading the wrong thing.
Okay.
Oops. Okay, 513. Apologies, okay, 513 again. When the embodied living being controls his nature and mentally renounces all actions, he resides happily in the city of nine gates, the material body, neither working nor causing work to be done. 514. The embodied spirit, master of the city of his body, does not create activities, nor does he induce people to act, nor does he create the fruits of action. All these All this is enacted by the modes of material nature. 515. Nor does the Supreme Lord assume anyone's sinful or pious activities. Embodied beings, however, are divided because of the ignorance which covers their real knowledge.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So now Krishna is actually hinting that you become detached from the things, good things happening to you and the bad things happening to you. He is telling that this my body is doing its action, and whatever comes is okay, and whatever you don't get is also okay. So in this way you become peaceful. Otherwise you will become very angry when you don't get something you really want, and you get very happy when you get something you want, and you think that you are very clever. So in this way Krishna says no, it's partly because of your karma and partly because of what? Because that you are doing according to the action, and Krishna is trying to teach you or give you a lessons in life. So that's why we all should try not to become too attached to the material world and the senses. If you control your senses, you will become peaceful. But if you let the senses control you, you will become problem. Example I give you. If you are love sweets, like to eat sweet things, and you know eating too much sweet things will give you diabetes, but you cannot control yourself because your senses are controlling you, the tongue is controlling you, the mind is controlling you. Even though it's bad for you, you allow the senses to take control, and you start eating, and you give in, start eating extra sweets. And in the end what happened? You become have a diabetic problem and all that, or you become obese. So something another is bad. So in this way, if you can control your senses, your tongue in the eating, your ear in the hearing, you hear bad things, you hear people talking bad about others, you also get influenced by that. You understand? And you by seeing, you see bad things happening, what will happen? You also will tend to do bad things. You control yourself to not see all these things which are not good, then you are controlling and positive things happen to you. In a way, then you don't get agitated. So Krishna is trying to make us understand that uh, if you become detached, you will not get sin, and you won't be. In 15, Krishna says, nor does the Supreme Lord assume anyone's sinful or pious activity. We cannot say that the Lord is actually make us do the sins and all that. Why? Because he's given us our independence. But the embodied beings are bewildered because of the ignorance. They are ignorant. They don't understand that the Lord cannot take your sin. You say, what to do? Krishna, I was forced to do this. But no. And then you put me into a situation where I did the sin. So Krishna doesn't take anyone's sinful or pious activity. You do good, it's your own goodness that you are getting the credit. It's not Krishna is going to get the credit. You will get the credit. You do bad, you get the karma. So Krishna is telling that I cannot assume. You cannot tell, okay, give me all the sins. Like the Christians, they say Jesus came to take all the sins away from us. But that is not what Krishna is telling. He said, no, you cannot be enjoying yourself and give me the sins. Why should I take the sins? You have to go and suffer for your own sins. It's just like saying, oh, okay, my son, I'm a father, my son will take my sins for me. Of course not. The son won't take the sin for you. And the son's sins, the father also won't take. Everyone is their own karma, you know. So that is a situation. So we should not think that uh, we are we are not liable. So how not to be liable? We come detached. So we see things as they are. We don't unnecessarily do things which are wrongful or sinful. Then you are not attached. Krishna is telling Arjuna, you are going to go to war. You do it as a duty. You don't think that you are doing sins or not. You're doing as a duty. In this way, you don't get karma. And Krishna says, I am telling Arjuna to fight, and he is fighting. So if he is doing sinful activities, I will get the sinful activities. Krishna says, no, it doesn't, there is no sin that is going to be accumulated. And of course, even if there is sin, there is no such thing as you ask the Lord to give the sinful activities. Just like if I tell you to do something bad and you do it bad, then you say, the sins I should get because I told you to do bad. No, your own sins also. You should not listen to me. You get the idea now. Is it confusing or not? You understand a bit?
Clear.
Okay. So idea is that we cannot blame anyone for our own fault. You cannot blame Satan for making you a bad person. Example, there is no such thing. It's your own doing. How you should do, you should not get attached to the senses. You should become detached from the senses. Then you can see with a clear mind how things are going, and you will not do things which are not good for your spiritual life and which are sinful. So in this way, you will not get sinful reaction, and you will do action which are akarma, without karma. Okay? You know, in the Buddhist philosophy, they want to get rid of their karma, full karma. So they do minimum sinful activities and maximum good activities, and they want to negate the sinful things with their good, so they have a positive balance. This is what Buddhist philosophy is. So finally, they got no more karma, and then they can merge into the Lord. So basically, they want to merge in the Lord, but they don't understand that we are individual souls and the Lord is also the supreme individual soul. So we can't merge back into the Lord. Okay? So let's go on. 18. Who would like to read this? Who hasn't read yet? Malinda?
Okay. Vidya Vinaya Sampani Brahmani Gavi Hastini Suni Chaiva Swapake Cha Pandita Samadarshina. The humble sages, by virtue of true knowledge, see with equal vision and learned and gentle Brahmana, a cow, an elephant, a dog, and a dog eater outcast. Thank you.
Thank you. So a humble sages by virtue of true knowledge see with equal vision a learned and a gentle Brahmana. Okay? A cow, an elephant, a dog, and a dog eater. A dog eater is considered a low person because he eats dogs. I hope no one eats dogs. But anyway, there are some people who like to eat dogs. So if you understand that that everyone has a spirit soul, the elephant has a spirit soul, the Brahmana has a spirit soul, the cow, the monkey, the dog eater also has a spirit soul. And they are all struggling in this material world actually. So the humble sage, if you are equipoised with the equal vision, you see equal vision, you see everyone is part and parcel of the Supreme Lord. And you become compassionate and you are kind to everyone. When you become kind to everyone, automatically people will get attracted to you and will like to be with you. It's a nature. So if we can become kind to everyone, everyone will be a little bit more inclined to want to be your friend. You know, if you are nasty to everyone, what happens is people keep away from you. So if you are looking at everyone with compassion and good heart and kind heart, so Krishna says that is actually a quality of a good person, a humble sage. He is humble and he is a sage. A sage is a spiritual person. Okay, who would like to read this? Who hasn't read? Krishna Veni, have you read? Krishna Veni? Indira, have you read?
No, Prabhu, I haven't read.
Yeah, can you read this?
Prabhu, I haven't read.
Yeah, please read.
Okay, is my voice loud, Prabhu?
Yeah, 522.
Okay. Ye hi sam pasaja boga dukya yonava evate adi antavanta kauntaya natisu ramate buddha. An intelligent person does not take part in the sources of misery which are due to contact with the material senses. O son of Kunti, such pleasures have a beginning and an end, and so the wise man does not delight in them. Thank you.
Thank you. So, an intelligent person does not take part in the sources of misery which are due to contact with the material senses. So, what are the sources of misery is Krishna speaking now? He is speaking that actually uh, there are a lot of things which you do which make you miserable. Example, that if you like to drink alcohol, this actually in the beginning it is very pleasurable for many people. Some people don't like from the beginning, but for many people they like to drink. And then actually what is it? It causes misery. Because once you drink, the next day you might get, if you drink too much, you might get a hangover. You drink very regularly, your liver might burn and finish. And then you waste your money buying alcohol, and then you waste your money when you become drunk. You will talk nonsense and make a fool out of yourself, and you may even end up not going back and sleeping on the uh, place where you are with your friends. You're not drinking. Example. So this is actually misery. You get misery, but you don't realize, because why? You think the enjoyment is worth the misery, but actually in the long run it is miserable. You do not get a body, and you do not get the pleasure which is beneficial. You see, if you go and stay in a place which is very beautiful, natural, and you take nice food which is beneficial for you, those are actually what an intelligent person will do. He will do something which is good. Take something which is good for your body. Why you take something not good for your body? This is example of one. The other example is when you are too much greedy. You are so much greedy that you are chasing money left, right, center, and you have no time to sit down and relax and enjoy yourself. In the end, what will happen? You will die only running after money only. So in this way also, money is good. You need money. That is true. But don't do it so much that you want to earn so much money. In the end, what happens? In the end, there are rich people who run after money so much that they neglect their children. Example. So what is the use of doing that? At least keep a balanced life. You go after money certain amount, then you also must have a time for your friends and relatives and uh, family. So you must keep balance. So an intelligent person does not take part in the sources of misery. So here Krishna is trying to teach us about karma action, what actions you should do, how much you should do, how much you should not do. There must be a balance in life, and you should do it without too much lopsided, too much on one side. Okay, who would like to read this? This is the last verse of the chapter 5. Who hasn't read? Please volunteer. I don't have to pick on you. You volunteer.
Can I try?
Yes, please. Thank you for volunteering.
Hello?
Yeah, please. 5.29.
Hello?
Hello. Yeah, we can hear you. Please proceed.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Bhoktaram yashna tapasam sarvaloka maheshwaram surdam sarva bhutanam natvam natvamam santim chati. Is it correct, that words, the last words?
Yes, Richati, correct.
Okay. A person in a full consciousness of me, knowing me to be the ultimate beneficiary of all sacrifices, and austerize the
Charities.
supreme lord of all planets and demigods, sorry, and the benefactor and the well-wisher of all living entities, attains peace from the pangs of material miseries.
Thank you. So Krishna says, a person in full consciousness of me, he knows me to be the ultimate beneficiary. Krishna is the one who makes the planets go on their orbits. He is the one who is looking at all the devas, whether they are doing their work correctly or not. When the devas not doing correctly, he will punish them, or rather he will talk to them. And if we understand that everything is for the pleasure of the Lord, and whatever the Lord wants us to do, he will become actually very loving to us and very much protecting us. And he will be the benefactor and well-wisher of all living entities. Even the birds, he looks after. They will get their food. Even all the animals get their food, whatever it is. So he's looking. Why won't he look after you and give you what you need? So in this way, if we understand that the Lord is our best friend, best everything, he can be depended upon. So then what we will get is we will get a peace. We know if we are living, Krishna will be helping us. When we die, Krishna will take us back to the spiritual world. So why should you worry anymore? Correct? You will be free from the pangs of material misery. So here we have a story of Krishna. You see, one day Krishna and the boys, they went to with their calves. They are looking after their calves because they are small boys. So the parents, in fact, community are all cow people. That means they take care of cow and they milk the cows and they sell milk products. That's their livelihood. So then the young boys are given the cows to bring out, and the older men, they take the cows out. They don't mix them together. So anyway, Krishna and Balaram, because they are small, they are with all the boys, young boys, they tend to the cows. So one day they were in the forest feeding the cows, and then Krishna felt hungry, and the boys also felt hungry because normally they bring the tiffin from home and they share their food. In this way they eat, and then after that in the evening they go back. But this time they felt extra hungry. Sometimes you feel extra hungry, you can eat more than what you're usual. So then the boys say, we are hungry. Krishna says, okay, there is this place, these brahmanas are doing a fire sacrifice. And in the fire sacrifice, food stuff is prepared and offered to the fire, some part, and the balance is prasad, which everyone else eat. So then the boys went to the brahmanas and said, Krishna wants some food, please give him. Lord Vishnu and Krishna is non-different. But the brahmanas did not understand that Krishna and Vishnu is non-different. They are doing the fire sacrifice to please Vishnu, and they will put some foodstuff into the fire as the tongue of Vishnu to eat and offer it, and then the balance become prasad and they eat. So they were told, no, we cannot give you any food. Go away. We don't know who Krishna is. Please go away. We are not giving. So then the boys went back and they told Krishna, the brahmanas refused to give up. And he said, okay, and how there is the brahmanas' wives who are cooking still. They have cooked some and they still have not cooked balance. So you go there and ask them for the food. Then they said, No, la, we already talked to the Brahmanas. What to talk about a Brahmana's wife? They'll be the same only, right? So then, what happened is, anyway, Krishna says, okay, let's go. And they told the wives, the boys told, can you give some food for Krishna? And then the woman said, okay, we will give you, actually we are cooking for the fire sacrifice. But since Krishna is asking for it, we will give. Then the boy, then the lady said, actually, I know our husbands will not be happy with us because we have given to Krishna. But never mind. We are willing to take the scolding and from the husbands and the shouting, but because we like to please Krishna. So then they gave, and then Krishna came, and they were all very happy. And they said, Krishna, please take. But we are also afraid that our husbands will scold us. Krishna says, don't worry. Nothing will come out of it. So anyway, Krishna ate and took the food, and they all went and ate. And then the husbands at that time, after they had told Krishna not to eat, they suddenly became very sad, remorseful. Oh, I think we have done a mistake. We should have given Krishna the food he wants. Now we have done a bad thing. So then they went to their wives, and then they said, okay, we need the food to offer. He said, we have given quite a bit of food to the Krishna. Then they were very frightened, the ladies, that they're going to get scolding. And then the Brahmana said, no, you have done the correct thing. Actually, he has came to us and we refused to give him. But you have given him, so we are very pleased that you have given him. You have done something which is better than what we have done. We are very happy with you. So in this way, what is the moral of this story? This is one of Krishna's pastime. That if you just offer what Krishna wants, don't worry, everything will be okay. You won't get into trouble. So this is chapter 5. This is the recap chapter 5. Is renunciation or devotion better? What is the answer? Which is better?
Devotion.
Devotion.
Better. Okay, both are good. Work without attachment like the water on the lotus leaf. You are just the water, the lotus leaf is just living his life, but it's not attached to the water, right? It's not affected. So when you offer your results to Krishna, you won't get affected by the material world. Equal vision to all living entities. You see everyone as part and parcel of the Lord, so you don't become unkind to the living entities. And never attracted to sense gratification. Don't do something which will make you do something to engage your sense, give in to your senses, which will be detrimental to your spiritual life or to your body. Both are not good. And then you should know that Krishna is the benefactor, beneficiary. Everything is actually finally, when you offer food to the Devas, you should offer to Krishna first, then you offer to Devas as prasad, then you should take the food as prasad from the Devas also. That means it goes. But don't worry, when you offer to Krishna, Krishna also gives to the Devas, and the Devas are also satisfied. But if you have prasad, you offer to Krishna, you give to the Devas, and you eat also, that's not wrong. So you will get peace. You will not be affected by all these desires. That's how you get peace. So then here we have Hari Eva Samaradhaya Sarva Devi Sureshwaraha Harinama Mahamantre Nasya papa nishchatam. All the grievous sin of one who worships Lord Sri Hari, the Lord of Lords, and chants the holy name, the Maha Mantra, are removed. So all your previous sins, all of us are carrying a lot of sins. Our bag is full of sins, very heavy, we are carrying it. So then, just by chanting and by worshipping Lord Krishna, slowly, slowly we are throwing away the sins from the bag. In the end, it will become very light. And when it becomes very light, it's easy for you to travel back to the spiritual world. If you are carrying a lot of sins, it's difficult to do spiritual things, and because you are so much heavy. But when you get rid of them, what happens is very light and you can travel faster in your spiritual journey. All of us are in the spiritual journey to go back to the spiritual world. Some of us will not make it this lifetime. Some of us will make it many lifetimes. So anyway, for that, I give you a story, okay? We have a little time, so I give 5 minutes story. So one day, Narada Muni wanted to go and see Krishna because he was traveling all over preaching. He's a great preacher, Narada Muni. He preaches about the Supreme Lord. That's why he always chants Narayan, Narayan. He was thinking of Narayan. His chanting is Narayan. For us, chanting is Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So we are in Krishna. So anyway, he was traveling and then he came to a Brahmana's house, passing by. When the Brahmana saw Narada Muni, Brahmana knows Narada Muni is a great devotee of Krishna, and he is also a devotee of Krishna, this Brahmana. So Brahmana may be a devotee of Krishna, or he may be a devotee of Lord Ganesh, or he may be devotee of Lord Vishnu, but this one is a devotee of Krishna. So then what happens is he asks the Lord Narada Muni, please come in. And then he gave him some nice drink and some nice things to eat, and he talked nice stories. And then he asked Narada Muni, are you, after this, where you are going? He said, I am going to see Krishna. Oh, so nice. You are so fortunate. I wish I could go also. Yes, don't worry. I think one day you will also be able to go because you are a nice Brahmana and you have faith in Krishna. Oh, okay. Can you ask something from Krishna? Say, yes. What is it that you want? He said, can you ask Krishna how many lifetimes I have before I go back to the spiritual world? Oh, okay, sure. I will ask. When I come back, I will let you know. Anyway, Narada Muni was very happy and he left. And he was passing by a shoe cobbler who is also a nice devotee of the Lord. So there is no difference between anyone. So long as you are a devotee of the Lord, it doesn't matter whether you are Brahmana, shoe cobbler, or what. You are all on the equal status. Only in the material world you are not equal, but if you are a devotee, on the eyes of Krishna you are equal. There is no difference. So then anyway, he saw Narada Muni, he was also very happy, and he asked Narada Muni, please come. And then he asked Narada Muni, sit down. And then because he is quite a poor fellow, so anyway he gave him a nice glass of cool drink, something cooling. Yeah. So anyway, Narada Muni was also very happy to meet because Narada Muni is very compassionate. He likes to meet anyone who is who is who is nice and a devotee. So anyway, he asked Narada Muni, where you going after this? He said, I'm going to see Lord Krishna. Oh, so nice. You are so fortunate, Narada Muni. I really don't know when I will have the opportunity to see the Lord. The Narada Muni said, don't worry. So long as you are a devotee of the Lord, your progress spiritually will be there, and one day you definitely make it. Okay, very good. Can you tell me, are you coming back this way again after you see him? Yes, of course. Okay, can you tell me what he was doing in the spiritual world? Okay. And then Narada Muni says, sure. So anyway, Narada Muni managed to reach to Krishna Loka, And Krishna was very happy, and he gave he washed Narada Muni's feet. You know, the Supreme Lord washing the feet of his pure devotee, and then he gave a lot of nice things to eat and drink, and he having nice stories with Narada Muni. And then he asked Narada Muni, "What happened on your travel?" He said, "I met one Brahmana devotee, and he is asking how many more lifetimes um, he has to live." Krishna said, "Tell him 10 more lifetimes." He said, "Okay, I will tell him that." And then after that, he said, and then there was another devotee, the cobbler. He's asking what you are doing. And then Krishna says, "Okay, tell him I'm putting the elephant through the eye of a needle." "Oh, okay, I will tell him that." Narada Muni never said, "Krishna, what are you talking about? Are you sure you want me to tell you like that?" No, he just said, "Yes, okay, fine." And then Krishna also said, "Tell him that he has as many lifetimes as the leaves under the tree he is working. You know that tree has a lot of leaves, right? So that many lifetimes he will have." Narada Muni said, "Okay, fine." So anyway, he first went and he reached the Brahmana's house. And then the Brahmana was very happy. "Did you see Krishna?" "Yes." "Okay, very nice. Tell me, what did he say? See, how many more lifetimes?" He said, "You have 10 more lifetimes." And the Brahmana became very angry. "Hey, Narada Muni, are you sure you saw Krishna? How can I got 10 lifetimes more? I am such a good Brahmana. I do prayers nicely. I offer all the food before I eat. I am very nice Brahmana. I should be going back this very lifetime. Why do I have to wait 10 lifetimes?" Narada Muni said, "I'm so sorry, but Krishna told me this answer and I cannot lie to you." So then, then the Brahmana said, "Okay, let me test this person." I said, "Okay, what was Krishna doing in the spiritual world?" And then Narada Muni said, "He was taking the elephant and putting through the eye of a needle." "Oh, Narada Muni, now I know you're a big liar. How can anyone take the elephant and put through the eye of a needle? This is impossible. You did not see Krishna. You have lied. And you also lie about the 10 more times I have to live. I have to come back to this world before I go back to spiritual. Please get out of my house. I don't want to see you anymore. You are a big liar. I got no respect for you." Anyway, Narada Muni laughed. You know, Narada Muni is a pure devotee. Even someone scolds also, he doesn't really get affected. He just say, "Okay, that is the condition of life. What can I do?" So then he went and uh, he met the cobbler, and he said, "I think this cobbler is going to also tell me the same story, that I am telling big lie. What to do? Krishna asked me to tell like this. I have to tell." So then the cobbler asked him to come and sit, gave him some drink. "How was Krishna?" He said, "Krishna is fine." What was he doing? He was taking the elephant and putting through the eye of the needle. "Oh, so nice! Krishna is so, everything is not impossible for him. Even the elephant he can put through the eye of a needle." It's such a beautiful, he's such a wonderful person. And then Narada Muni thought, "Wow, this is a difference." He did not scold, he just said yes. And then he said, "Krishna told me one more thing." "Oh, tell me, tell me." And this time Narada Muni said he's going to get a scolding because he said there are so many hundreds of leaves under the tree. He said, "Krishna said that you have as many lifetimes as the leaves under the tree are working." And then the cobbler was so happy, he started jumping up and down. And then the Narada Muni was surprised. "Hey, did you hear correctly? I said as many leaves as the tree under which you are working, you have to work, you have to live, you have to come back lifetimes. He said, I am so happy. Why are you so happy? Narada Muni asked. Because the leaves can be counted. That means there's a chance that one day, maybe if the leaves are thousands or so, at least after 1,000 lifetimes, I will definitely go back to the spiritual world. I'm so happy. At least I will go back. That's the main thing I want. And then after that, Narada Muni was so amazed. What a nice, wonderful person he is. And do you know what happened when the cobbler said that? All the leaves fell down except one. That means this is his last life. So you see, actually he's supposed to live for thousands of lifetimes more. But because of his love and sincerity, all his sins got washed away, and this is the last life. Whilst the Brahmana is not able to go back, probably because he's puffed up. If you're not humble, you're not qualified to go back to spiritual world. So maybe he has to get rid of his ego, his false ego, that I am doing so much nice thing, I am doing so much. So in this way, you may be doing all the lot of uh, prayers to the Lord, but the heart is not changed. So Krishna knows that, and what will happen is that you still have to come back next life. So you have to then change your heart also. Your heart must change. So in this way, this is a story about how Krishna can get rid of all your sins in just a moment if he sees that you are qualified. Okay, so I stop here. Anyone wants the Bhagavad Gita kit, and then the certificate will come to you at the end of your course, when you must be attending at least 80%. And also, I thank all of you. Okay, so yesterday I recorded and put in YouTube the lecture. Today also I will do. From now on, I will put in the YouTube. So hopefully those whose connection sometimes not so good, you want to see it, you can see. And those who want to again take a refresher, you can again see it. And those sometimes one or two of you, because of your work, you can't attend this one class, so you can also watch in the YouTube and also like that. So I like to ask any questions. What you learn from chapter 5? Any comments? Who find it hard to understand this chapter? Never mind, that it's okay. All of you okay? Or not so okay? No comments?
Yeah, Guruji, this is Robin. For me, I think I have to read again this chapter to
Okay.
understand.
Yeah, it's a
Do
little
you understand?
technical, but anyway, tomorrow is chapter 6, and then it becomes easier after that.
Okay.
Because Bhagavad Gita technical things also. So Krishna is telling you a little technical thing in this chapter.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Okay, any comments, questions? You all like more stories? I can tell more stories tomorrow, another one or two more stories.
Yes, please.
Yes,
Prabhu,
please.
Yeah.
Prabhu,
Sounds better.
Prabhu, can you hear me? I have a question
Yes.
regarding the equal vision for all living entities.
Yes.
That means we try to see everyone as equal as much as we can.
No,
However,
it's not like everyone is equal, but you must understand that everyone is like is actually part and parcel of the Lord. Okay, you finish your question.
Yes.
I stopped you.
Yeah. So everyone is part and parcel of the Lord. But sometimes there could be people who have inflicted pain onto us.
Yeah.
You know, they would cause us suffering,
Yeah.
and then it's very hard for us to react and say that, oh, this person is also part and parcel of the Lord. I have tried slowly over time. Slowly, I've pushed aside those thoughts and try to reflect on my own. But of course, it's hard for many people.
Okay. You see, you should forgive, but you need not forget. You understand what I'm trying to tell you? So that you keep away from them and don't get hurt again. They are part and parcel of the Lord. You say the Lord is the only one that can handle him, but I cannot like relate with him, and he is giving me a little bit of misunderstanding and fiction. So I will keep away from him. But I will understand that he's part and parcel of Lord, but I keep away from him. You can usually when you forgive someone, is is it will help you more. You know, if you don't forgive a person, you become bitter, and it will hurt you also. So you can forgive the person because he is under the modes of material nature. So you let it be. His intelligence is not as up to the level yet, and he is hurt you. So anyway, you keep away from him. You
Okay,
understand?
thank you, Prabhu.
And the second thing also is sometimes when something is bad happen to us, we take it as what we can understand it to for us how to improve ourselves. Sometimes it is trying to make you more tolerant to certain things. So then you just take it as a lesson and you don't get affected by it. Sometimes someone may say something bad, just forget about it. So long as you know that you have done not the wrong thing, and the person doesn't think that you have done the right thing and he has scolded you, just keep away and forget about it. Keep away from the person. You understand? And when someone praises you, don't think that it's because of your cleverness the person is praising you. Just take it that because of the mercy of the Lord, that somehow or another the Lord has given me the intelligence to do certain things correctly. So the praise is coming. So the praise should be for the Lord, not for myself. You know, you become a very humble person and very detached and very, what you say, uh, connected with the Lord. You know, the Lord is so humble. When Narada Muni goes, he is the Lord, but he washed the feet of Narada Muni. Just imagine. You understand, huh? So how loving the Lord is. Whatever it is, he doesn't really he tries and helps everyone. But he can, but we can't because we are not the Lord. So don't worry about it. It's just they are under the modes of material nature. They are acting like that. So if you see a mad person, you keep away from him, right? You don't go near him. He might do something to you. You don't try and go and try and make friends with him. No, you keep away from him. So when someone is very harsh and what, you keep away from the person. But don't criticize him or don't talk bad about him. Just keep away from him. Okay, one more thing. If you don't like a person and you feel that you don't like a person, so you don't want not to like him. So if you want to change your mentality about a person, everyone got bad points. So don't look at the bad points, just look at some of the good points. And when you look at some of the good points, you will not feel so antagonistic and critical of him or her. It will help you in your understanding. Okay?
Thank you, Prabhu.
Okay, there's some here. We have our own karma. We are not detached with father and mother karma. Understand? Okay. Okay, thank you. What need I need to call you, sir? Guruji or Prabhu? You can call Prabhu better, because I will call all of you Prabhu also, and I will call all of you Matajis. So you can call me Prabhu. This is a normal style we do. You call me Prabhu, I'll also call you Prabhu. Okay. Okay, thank you very much. No other question? Or there is some question? Okay, thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Okay, thank you, Prabhu. Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Thank
Hare
you,
Krishna,
Prabhu.
Good night.
Hare Krishna.
Krishna.
Okay, bye. Good night. Hare
Good night,
Krishna.
all. Keep safe.
Okay, keep safe.